Everything goes around in cycles, certainly in the invertebrate world, and we are once again at the beginning of the cycle of life for one particular invertebrate, and it's an invertebrate that viewers of this channel will be very familiar with. That insect, of course, is the purple emperor butterfly. It's a butterfly I've featured a number of times recently on this channel, namely in the forms of videos on the release of 5. Those 5 were the remaining 5 from the once magnificent 7, which consisted of 7 L3 larvae rescued by Nick and Samantha Brownlee and myself and successfully kept in captivity. Did lose 2 along the way, 1 during the overwintering period and then 1 from the molt from 4th to 5th instar. But we got 5 larvae out of the 7 through to adult, and they're probably still flying around this part of the Sherwood Forest area as we speak. I'm up near the centre tree, which is one of the best areas to see purple emperor if you're patient enough. But I can stand here now and see one to my right, and I know full well that it's not going to move because it's a purple emperor egg. And in the centre of the screen, on the edge of the sallow leaf, is the two-toned egg of a purple emperor butterfly. The cycle starts again from this very spot. It's a typically placed egg. The egg is usually somewhere between the midrib and not far from the edge of the leaf, and this one is very low. It's also right at the side of the path, and in terms of height it's little more than 4.5 foot off the ground. This is in a very vulnerable place, but sometimes the eggs are laid in such places. The critical conditions for purple emperors to lay their eggs are those leaves that are in shade or semi-shade, and often on the sort of northern side of a bush. And there you can see the egg. It's one position close to the midrib. Beautifully two-toned. That's one way how you can tell that they're fertile. And in a strange kind of way, the coloration reverses itself as the dark head of the larva appears at the top of the egg. It's quite remarkable that just prior to emergence and hatching from the egg, the larva is clearly visible in every detail within that egg, the head being at the top of the egg and the rest of the body coiled round underneath. When first laid, the eggs are a green, a very similar green to the shade of leaf of this sallow, but they very quickly revert to this coloration. You get the lower part of the egg goes an almost plum colour, and the upper part of the egg becomes a yellowish green. So all that changes a day or so before the egg hatches, but you can see this one, it's getting a certain amount of sunlight and a certain amount of shade. What we don't want are eggs that are in full sunlight, and a heat wave, that means they just bubble. But apart from the heat, this is in danger from a number of other sources. When you study anything or just delve into its life cycle, you often wonder how any managed to survive even to get anywhere remotely near adulthood, and the purple emperor is one such species. For the first 2 parts of its life cycle, namely the egg and the larva, that whole stage throughout many months of the year is spent completely exposed, either on top of the leaf or in the fork of a branch as the caterpillar overwinters. Always completely in the open, the caterpillar relying largely on its excellent camouflage, but when threatened with predators, they will make a side-to-side movement to the head in order to deter them. There must be a certain amount of parasitization that goes on, but we've never actually recorded it, Nick and Samantha and myself, at least not here in Sherwood Forest. And of course, apart from predators like beetles, number of bugs, spiders, centipedes, that egg is at the mercy of the Great British weather. What we don't want is a prolonged hot spell, because it just boils the caterpillar that's developing in that very egg. Today is not too bad a day. It's not a particularly high temperature. It is warm, but there is a little bit of a breeze, and that egg is being partially shaded occasionally by the movement of the leaves and the branches above it. Hopefully it will survive, but it is very low down, close to this path. And as you know, in Sherwood, that's a combination for disaster.